Well, I think it's obviously a story that everyone's very familiar with. I mean, we've seen technology revolutionize industry after industry. The financial services industry is one where there's been sort of some of that in some particular areas, challenger retail banks, et cetera. But particularly the institutional market, which is where we focus, is one that hasn't really seen much development on that front. And our belief is that technology will transform that market. So, I mean, our aspiration is, think about the easiest way to think about it is think about Morgan Stanley, but on an Amazon.com or an Alibaba type technology platform. And that's what we've built and what we're building. So, I think the opportunities on the technology side are just like they are in other industries. You can basically do things better, much more efficiently. You can serve your customers dramatically better. I mean, think about what Amazon offers or Netflix, being able to incorporate all the data from clients into the way that we service our clients is something that is tremendously powerful. And, we've built a technology platform that's allowing us to do that in a number of verticals. So we're proving the concept. And so our growth looks very, very good. I mean, we're basically double revenues this year versus a year ago. It's from a lower base, but our belief is that that's going to continue and that this is a huge market where there's a tremendous opportunity to use technology to really transform the way that the business is done.
The interesting thing is that the incumbents have actually obviously identified this growth opportunity as well, and many of them are looking to get a bit more muscular in terms of their own fintech offerings. How can you compete with the likes of a JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs or one of these huge traditional banks who have both the scale and the funding to be aggressive in pursuing these fintech opportunities?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a really good question. And obviously that's all, in every industry that's been transformed by technology, that's exactly the situation that holds, right? You've got incumbents who have a lot of capital, who have the client relationships, who have franchises, who have people. And that's something that's always, a barrier to overcome. But what we've seen obviously is, technology ultimately is powerful enough that it transforms the way that you can do business, and clients like to do business with people who can actually serve them much, much better. And one of the things that we think is really interesting is in financial services, as opposed to something like retail, people are selling toothpaste and using data to actually drive the right kind of offerings to customers. That's one thing. But in the financial services industry, there's huge amounts of data in every product that we actually deal with. So it's even more powerful in our area. So I think at the end of the day, we're looking at opportunities to do things in areas that the traditional players just aren't able to do because they don't have the technology. And as you say, the large players, I mean, obviously I was at Credit Suisse for a long time. Large players spend a lot of money on technology, but they've got legacy systems. And that's really hard to overcome. And so, what we've done is we've really built from scratch a state-of-the-art technology, which means 100% cloud native, data-driven, a completely modular technology. And that's something that's extremely powerful and allows you to, again, completely transform the way that you deal with customers and the value add you can bring to them.
So over the last couple of months, I've spoken to many experts also in cryptocurrency space. And the reason I bring this up is a lot of them will say that they are also looking to disrupt traditional finance, and they're looking to do it via decentralized lending, DeFi lending. How much of a threat to your business do you see that as potentially being in the near future?
Well, actually, we have a broad spread of activities in the digital area, so we're pretty active in that area ourselves. I think there's definitely there's a real need for and a purpose for DeFi and those activities. But there's a tremendous amount of opportunity away from that as well. I mean, when you look at the size of the markets, particularly on the institutional side of the business, they're just massive. And the ability to bring technology even to more traditional finance modes there is something that's, that is a huge opportunity. So I think there's room for both.